Those adorable rabbits are just so cute. They are engrossed in playful antics and nibbling on grass with their companions. It would be truly wonderful if our place also had many adorable rabbits like that. But wait, if you're thinking about these simple things, you might be mistaken. Those rabbits won't be so cute anymore if you have hundreds or even millions of them around. You might think that there's no place with so many rabbits like that, but surprisingly, the answer is yes. Australia is currently home to around 200 million rabbits. Australian government are trying every possible method to control and reduce the rabbit population because they reproduce and grow too rapidly, damaging Australia's cultivated areas and contributing to the decline of native plants and animal species. Today, let's explore this intriguing story together. Firstly, let's briefly talk about Australia. Australia is a true island nation surrounded by water on all sides, not bordering any other country. Therefore, before the age of maritime navigation, this country was isolated. Indigenous people hunted and gathered fruits, coexisting with adorable animals like kangaroos and koalas. Australia indeed seems like a paradise because there were no large carnivorous animals, allowing these creatures to bask under the sun every day without any worries. Before the arrival of immigrants, Australia didn't have any rabbits. Unfortunately, in 1859, Thomas Austin, an English immigrant to Australia, made a decision to release 24 rabbits into the wild with the intention of providing a hunting pastime. He didn't know that the day he released the rabbits into the natural environment marked the beginning of the tragedy for Australian farmers. These rabbits demonstrate high adaptability and easily acclimate to new habitats like the deserts and plains of Australia. Besides, rabbits also possess the ability to reproduce year-round in significant numbers. They can give birth to a minimum of 4 litters per year, with an average of 2 to 5 babies per litter. The rabbit population in Australia has grown to the extent that they destroy crops and land, leading to soil erosion. For many years, government researchers, biologists, and farmers have all been striving to control the invasion of wild rabbits. Sure, right now, let's go through what measures have been used by the Australian government and people. 1. Rabbits fence. It's hard to imagine that from 1901 to 1907, as many as 400 workers were involved in constructing rabbit-proof fence number 1, stretching 1,830 kilometers with around 8,000 tons of materials transported to remote construction sites. On both sides of the fence, residents had to clear trees and grass. Some large trees were felled to make fence posts. In places where there were no trees, metal posts had to be used, which was extremely costly. After completing the fence, the residents lured the rabbits back and eradicated them. However, as the number of dead rabbits accumulated and piled up, the remaining ones began to leap onto the bodies of other rabbits to overcome the steel wire fence. Australians had to build 2 additional layers of fencing to prevent the rabbits. In total, the network of fences reached a length of up to 2,356 kilometers. After a long period of fighting, eventually there were still hundreds of millions of rabbits remaining in the wild. Number 2. Destroying rabbit burrows underground. With the realization that without burrows, rabbits will lose their secure shelter for breeding and raising offspring, Australians have shifted to various methods to destroy rabbit burrows underground. These methods include using heavy machinery, employing toxic gases or explosives to drive rabbits out of the burrows, rendering those burrows unsuitable for rabbit habitation and reproduction. This is also one of the few methods that have been proven effective in controlling the rabbit population. Number 3. Using natural enemies. In Australia, there aren't many natural predators of rabbits, so these herbivorous species live and proliferate leisurely. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, several bird species were deliberately introduced to Australia in the hopes of controlling the rabbit explosion. First, they decided to introduce foxes and wildcats from elsewhere to become natural enemies of the rabbits. The result, after the foxes and wildcats arrived, was that they found this to be a magical land. Instead of hunting rabbits, they preyed on pouch-bearing animals and even herds of goats. Ultimately, the Australian solution backfired, as not only did it fail to eradicate the rabbits, but their livestock herds also encountered significant danger. These actions have exacerbated the intricate ecological challenges of Australia. After a long period of fighting, the rabbit species remains unfazed, while the Australians grew wary. Number 4. Biological control method. It's probably been too exhausting to use various methods, but the rabbit population hasn't decreased much. In the 1950s, the Australian government shifted to using biological control methods. They introduced rabbits infected with myxoma virus, a type of virus that causes disease in rabbits, into the southeastern region of the country. The myxoma virus was the first virus intentionally introduced into the wild to control a species. The myxoma virus leads to myxomatosis, a disease that is lethal only to rabbits. Although the myxoma virus initially killed a portion of the wild rabbit population in Australia, they eventually developed immunity to this virus. Up to the present day, Australia still has to allocate approximately $100 million annually to deal with this seemingly cute yet immensely destructive species. Well, after learning about the damages that rabbits cause to Australia's ecosystems, do you have any suggestions to help the Australian government control the rabbit population? Some netizens have proposed that the Australian government should promote the consumption of rabbit meat as a sustainable food source. There are also options such as spaying female rabbits, organizing rabbit hunting contests, banning rabbit ownership, and altering the habitat for rabbits. How about you? What's your opinion? Please share your opinions in the comment section down below. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video today. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to motivate us to bring you even better and more engaging videos. Thank you, and see you all again.